morning, Queen Yoga Bee here. I know I'm not in my usual getup. I'm back teaching yoga, but it has to be outside here in Illinois, so I've got the hat. Anyway, I want to talk to you about your belly. A lot of people ask me about how can I tone this? And you can do boat pose and you can do sit up type exercises. But if you really want a flat belly and you want to be healthy, you need to put a probiotic in your body some way. So I found that over the counter probiotics don't make it to my belly. They really don't work. I spend a lot of money. So I have a really thrifty way to give yourself some digestive health and also tone yourself. You'll notice an incredibly flat belly. So it's called kombucha. I have the recipe on my website, but some people don't like to read, they like to watch, so I'm going to show you. So what I do is I take a stainless steel gallon container. It has to be stainless steel. It cannot be aluminum. Okay, that's not going to work. I fill it almost to the top with wonderful water, which I have here in the forest where I live. But I wouldn't use anything that has chlorine in it. I would try to use beautiful, pure, wonderful water. So into that, I put five. Into that, I put 2 cups of sugar, not 5. You can put in 1 if you want, but I prefer my kombucha a little bit on the sweet side. I don't like to drink vinegar, which is why I don't drink apple cider vinegar. Because apple cider vinegar tastes like vinegar, and I just can't do it, no matter what I put with it. So here comes the 5. You're going to add, after this boils on the stove for about 10 minutes, because you want all the sugar dissolved. And you make sure that when you're stirring it, you don't use anything plastic or aluminum. I use stainless steel. So I use a stainless steel stirring thing, spoon. So what do I do when it's made it to the 10 minutes? Then I shut it off. I remove it from the heat, and I add 5 tea bags I use organic black tea. Of course, take the papers off, and you can tie them together if you want, and you put them in your pot, and you just put them there, and they can stay as long as you want. They need to be in there steeping for, oh gosh, at least 30 minutes. Sometimes I leave mine in there steeping overnight because you need it to be cool enough so that you can pour it into the jar. So the next thing you're going to need a starter, which I have a zillion of them, but the best way to get them is online. It's called a SCOBY or SCOBY, something. Anyway, it's a mushroom type thing. And you get it online, and it comes with its own little juice, and it looks a little bit like a pancake. I'll show you maybe another time when I have one handy. So you have to have that, and it comes in its own juice, which is about a cup of the original brew. And then you're going to pour the stuff, take your tea bags out, pour the stuff from this into this gymongous jar, right? So this holds a lot. I used to use punch bowls, but then when I went to move it from place to place, it was very sloppy. So that's going to fill this probably up to only about here, but that's okay. It's really heavy when it's full, so you don't want it to be clear up the top and have you drop it. So the other thing you have to do, you need to take a towel, a kitchen towel or something that's very lightweight, put it over top of this, and then put a rubber band around it because you don't want to be infested with fruit flies. And that can happen. So you put it in a nice, cool, relatively dark place because it's going to ferment. And this fermentation process can take anywhere from 3 to 20 days, depending on your taste. So I harvest it quite early because I don't like the vinegar. So maybe at about day 10, I take a little sip. And I also use a stainless steel or glass straw. And I stick it in there and I take a little sip. Or I take a stainless steel cup and I take a tiny little sip and I see if I like it. So it should be a little bit tart, have a little kick to it. It'll be fizzy. That's wonderful. So after you do that and you've decided, okay, this is day 7 or 10 or whatever, and I'm going to harvest it, Then it's very, very easy. You leave it in here and then you use it as you need it. So, what I do is every day I take a little shot glass, I take 3 shots, and I put it over ice. I sometimes mix it with sparkling water. It can be as much ice, as much sparkling flavored water as you want. I mean, pop is horrible for you anyway, so I would never mix it with that, but that's up to you. You can mix it with juice, play around with it and see what you like and what you're going to drink because it's necessary that you do this every day. But it's only 3 shots, and maybe you want to start with just one. One is enough. Do not drink a big glass full of kombucha because you're going to notice a whole bunch of things happen in your belly because its purpose is to make your belly healthy with healthy bacteria, but it flushes your system out, if you know what I mean. And you don't want to spend the whole day on the toilet. So do that. I use sparkling water, I said, and I put it on the rocks, which would way healthier than some of the things I put on the rocks. So yeah, try it. It's very, very cheap. To buy a can of kombucha at the grocery store is expensive. It's been doctored with all sorts of things. It's been put in some sort of aluminum or steel can, maybe glass. You don't know what's happened to it, and this way you have control of it. But play with it, use it, you're going to enjoy it, and you're going to notice that it works. And yeah, apple cider vinegar is another alternative, but I find that it's very, very much like drinking vinegar out of a bottle. So I hope this is helping you think about your belly from the inside out. Yeah, I'm more than just yoga poses. I have lots of other things that I do. So from time to time, I'll throw in a little recipe or something that helps me stay alive, which is a good thing. Thank you. Namaste.